the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. And I'm here with pretty, deadly Jesse. Yeah. And I'm Andrew Combat Jones. What's up, Jesse? How you doing tonight, man?
Quality sound effects. Quality.
Oh, yeah. Yep. We got this shit on lock. Yeah.
Professional journalism.
Oh, yeah. That's how you do it. This is how you do it. Everybody take notes.
With another episode of Ringside Renaissance.
Yeah.
Thank you all for liking and subscribing, following along with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah. And this is the RRW weekly review for WWE. Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight out the dungeons of podcasts where all these fake podcasts don't make it back. Hey, yo, you ready to start this shit, Jesse?
We're ready to start this shit, man. You were killing it
All
today.
right, son. Begin. Yeah. Yeah. New York state of mind, baby. You know what it is. Yeah.
We're going to get this shit.
A lot of stuff going on in the lead up to Money in the Bank coming up this weekend in Toronto.
Very interesting. Yeah, if you want to stick around to the end of the video, we do have our predictions for Money in the Bank coming up after we did our review of SmackDown and Raw.
Yeah.
Should be a pretty good premium live event again.
I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, I love the artwork. I love the graphics. I know you're not a fan, but it's the who done it of Money in the Bank.
Catch Me If You Can. That's what it reminds me of, the movie Catch Me If You Can.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's the Catch Me If You Can. Yeah, of Money in the Bank. And that's what it'll be. Yeah.
Who's going to catch that briefcase? Be called Mr. and Ms. Money in the Bank.
Ms. or Mrs. Who knows?
Miss Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I don't know. Or whatever else you want to call it. Yeah.
Whatever you'd like to use. Yeah.
Yeah.
No
whatever.
Judgment here.
Yeah. And we're coming off like SmackDown and a big Raw because we had SmackDown in Madison Square Garden, New York City. And then Raw was in Boston, Massachusetts.
Feuding cities for feuding shows.
Yeah. And some big crowds. Yeah. Not to mention
Madison
you
Square
had
Garden looked good.
Oh yeah, for sure. They were going crazy. Yep. You had frickin' Liv throwing out the baseball at your favorite baseball team, the Boston Red Sox. Yeah. Did you see the pitch she threw? It was a strike. She threw a strike.
It was in the dirt. What are you talking about?
That was a sinker. That was a straight sinker. that ended up right in the pocket. Yeah, that was a strike zone, baby.
Dom would have swung and missed at that one.
I swung at it. Yeah. I hit that shit. Home run. Yeah.
I'm so disappointed. And like the cool Easter egg about that is they're playing the San Diego Padres, and that's Dominic Mysterio's favorite team.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it's kind of an interesting little Easter egg there. But yeah, they had a hot crowd at Madison Square Garden, man. It looked good. They had the smaller set in SmackDown. So they could fill in more seats behind them, and like for just it wasn't even the go home SmackDown for the premium live event, just another weekly SmackDown, and they filled like 18,000 seats. Like,
yeah, it was packed full,
insane,
in like sardines. Yeah, and the rotten apple. Yeah, how fitting. Yeah.
I don't know if sardines eat apples, but yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, fair enough. Wow. And it started out hot. A street fight on Madison Ave. A Broadway brawl, if you will.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hey.
There you go.
Yeah.
Times Square tussle.
I like that one even better. Yeah.
The Madison Square melee.
Yeah. They were popping off on Madison.
Yeah.
Shots in Manhattan.
So yeah, it started out hot in Madison Square Garden. The Bloodline came out to the ring to do Bloodline business, and
coronations.
They pulled up in their Cadillac Muscalade and came out We're coming out to the ring, and it didn't take long until we got another SUV pull up right behind them, the same exact rent-a-car, and it was occupied by Cody Rhodes, KO, and Randy Orton, who meant business on a night like tonight in New York City.
Yeah, they weren't fucking around. They knew what they came. They knew what they was coming for, and they got it. Yeah.
Yeah, the fiery, like, you called for it a few weeks ago, right? You called for wanting to see like a fiery, no nonsense, like badass Cody Rhodes, and like we've been getting him with this whole Bloodline storyline.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, all the stuff they've done to him to kind of put him over that edge.
Yeah, it started out with the I Quit match with AJ Styles. He really got a hold of that, and ever since then, he's just been kind of on a roll with this, man. And him teaming up with Randy Orton and KO just seems like a natural fit. They all kind of got their own little personalities that mesh together, and they came out, and like we said, riot ensued, and
it was definitely a riot
over Madison Square Garden, all over Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, it was a complete melee. The train got off the tracks real fast. I don't know. Do you like when they start shows like that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pull the curtain back a little bit here. I almost talked Mr. Combat Jones into just like saying fuck it and driving to New York City and going to this SmackDown. And if we would have went all the way there, and then within the first 10 minutes or 20 minutes or so, Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton all got kicked out of the building, and we wouldn't see him the rest of the night, I would have been pissed.
Yeah, and then we got another big tease too. But we'll get to that. Yeah. But there was fighting throughout the crowd, getting put through tables, jumping off of barricades, and all types of crazy shit, like a hardcore match. Yeah,
that swanton Kevin Owens did looked brutal, man. And there was no landing pad underneath that table. It was just straight cement, and I thought he fucked his elbow up when he landed. He was grabbing at his elbow, and I said, "Oh man."
Yeah, I guess they didn't want to give everybody everything, since we learned that it's gonna be the same match at Money in the Bank, right? So
yeah, I don't know who of the Bloodline they're facing though.
Yeah,
it said that. Okay, so we had this brawl ensue, and then
I believe it's Tonga Loa that is excluded. From the picture that I saw, I believe it's Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Jacob Fatu. I believe so. Yeah,
I thought it was going to be the Tonga twins and Jacob Fatu, and Solo was going to kind of be in the corner, but
guess we'll see who sits at the kids' table and doesn't sit at the full table, right? When they sit at the table for the head of the table.
I sit at the head of the kids' table.
Yeah. Who sits at the bottom? Who's the bottom feeder? Apparently Tongaloa is the bottom feeder of the bunch.
You think Tama Tonga would eat the scraps, but no, it's Tongaloa.
The Kremlin. Yeah.
So yeah, they had a little bit of a riot, a little tussle. Security came out in full force, to which Cody, KO, and Orton all just beat them all up, and then all of a sudden Nick Aldis came out with New York's finest.
NYPD.
Yeah, and Cody Rhodes cut a little bit of a promo here, which was interesting because we talked to when we were on Hitting the Turnbuckle with Adam. He had mentioned about Randy Orton kind of staring down Cody with the title, and when Cody cut this promo in the ring about how he's like, "Oh, I don't want no throwaway match on SmackDown. I want to fight tonight." And like he was saying something about a title shot or a title defense, and Randy Orton was giving him like a side eye from the corner of the ring, and I picked that up, and I said, something's brewing beneath the surface there.
Foreshadowing, to add him in one of these PLAs to have a worthy opponent, I guess.
Yeah, maybe like the Berlin one or something, but Orton and Cody Rhodes would fucking be phenomenal in the ring, I think. I think that'd be a great that'd be a great match, and it has a story, a built-in story, So
Right. Yeah, it goes way back.
yeah, so not to sidebar
Way
too
back.
much, but New York's Finest came out and escorted the 3 ruffians out of the building and said they are banned from the building for the night. But they didn't ban the Bloodline. They
didn't.
They just
Why?
banned Cody, KO, and Orton.
Well, they really took out the security though, like multiple crossroads, like freaking. Cody went ape shit.
Almost wondering, is Cody working with the Wyatt 6-6 because that extra security got taken out? And I said, are we going to get an appearance from the Wyatt 6-6 tonight because of the security being taken out, which that did not happen.
True. Yeah. A lot of people were predicting and wanting them to show up. You never know, but it seems more like they're just staying to Raw.
Like they're staying in the smoke.
They're staying in the smoke. In the Raw.
The Raw smoke.
They like it in the Raw with the smoke.
We want all the smoke on Raw.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a interesting, like you were saying. I don't know. Do you like an event or a SmackDown starting out like that, or
not really? Especially for like, yeah, that's the thing. And for such like a big show, like at MSG, I guess it is the go home. Well, it's not the go home SmackDown even. No. So, but for such a big show, I don't know. I feel like it kind of cheats the crowd a little bit, especially since they got kicked out, and that was pretty much all we seen from them. But that's kind of what the rest of the event needed, what the Bloodline needed for the end of the night, right? That kind of led up to that, because if not, who knows who would have helped out, right? So
right, because Cody and Orton and KO would have came out to help at the end of the very true, very true.
But at least they came out. At least you got something of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so
it wasn't just talking. There was some action for sure. I mean, this took up the first 20-25 minutes of SmackDown. So
yeah, so they appeased the crowd for what they did, and they went throughout the crowd, and they, the tables and the swantons and the beating up security. So we got a good preview of what's going to happen at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and it fired the crowd up too. Something like that got them hyped and jumping and screaming and ready for the rest of the night. And that played into the American broadcast of it. Kind of ended up screwing that a little bit because of how hyped the crowd was, flipping off people and swearing and stuff. We were getting a lot of blackouts from the screen, a lot of mutes on the audio, and
yeah, everybody. It was too much. I can't wait till Raw goes to Netflix. We're talking about SmackDown, but
well, SmackDown's going to go to USA, right?
To USA, yeah. So we'll see how it all changes.
Yeah. Yep. And what changed next is our first. That was a terrible segue, but our first Money in the Bank qualifier for the night. It was Tiffany Stratton versus the Storm, Cargill, and Candice LeRae. I have nothing for her.
Jade must practice that pose more than anything.
Yeah,
she's been practicing it since AEW too. Like,
yeah, yep,
that's her thing.
And she kind of triple threats are hard if you're like a rookie, I think, because you have to kind of keep the action flowing. I think she held her own here. It was pretty decent. This match, like, I've been okay with these triple threat matches, but what I've noticed here, and it's been a common theme with, especially on the women's side, is that almost every qualifying match there's been outside interference, but there's no DQs in a triple threat. So
so that's why they're doing it.
Right.
Just so they can kind of shape the way of having it and put all these people into it rather than be a one-on-one and this big tournament,
Right. And but what happens with that is, like I said, especially on the women's side, is that I think almost every single qualifying match on the women's side had outside interference, and it's like it just kind of got played out a little bit for me. But we had Nia Jax come down.
Yeah, everybody's stabbing each other in the back.
Yeah. And then during the match, we had Nia Jax come down, and it was like, what was the point of her even coming down? I don't understand, like, the feud that caused Nia Jax to come interfere with this, but whatever. And we have
because she's
Bianca Belair.
She's the queen of the ring, right? But she's not the champion yet. She still has her title shot at SummerSlam.
Yeah, so there was really no business
Yeah.
for her coming down to the ring. I didn't understand who she was trying to mess with there, but
Just want to be involved. Wants the attention.
Oh boy. But then Bianca Belair was out there for Jade and stuff, and Nia Jax went after, or was starting to go after Jade, and then Bianca came and stopped Nia Jax, but then we got Indy Hartwell out of nowhere to throw Jade into the ring post, and it was just kind of muddy for me. I'm not gonna dissect
much time
too much. Yeah. At the end of the day, Tiffany Stratton got the pin on Candice LeRae, and Tiffany Stratton qualifies for the Money in the Bank women's ladder match.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure if they were going to put Jade in it. And everybody wants Tiffy time in the ladder match. So
yeah, I didn't see Candice LeRae winning this one. Jade,
No.
I think a multi-woman ladder match is just kind of too much for Jade right now. I think she's just still too green for that. But
that I don't even know what she's gonna do in a ladder match. Like that might be rough. I don't know.
It would, yeah.
But Tiffany Stratton, though, she showed out, and she knows how to do her thing in those type of matches too.
Yeah,
her in a ladder match is gonna be good. Like she's gonna have some decent spots. I guarantee it.
Yeah, and like I said, out of these three, that would be the person I would choose for this. And a lot of these like women and men that qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder matches have never been a world champion before. So that's a cool little wrench in the equation. Like it's not just like people that have all been former world champions going for a Money in the Bank. There's a lot of like people that would be a first time world champion if they won it and successfully cashed in. So that's pretty interesting. And so we have Tiffany Stratton. Tiffy time.
It's Tiffy time.
Thank you. I couldn't do it right.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate that. So
good for something.
We have yeah. So we got Tiffany Stratton qualifies for the women's Money in the Bank. The next one we have is another Money in the Bank qualifier. It was LA Knight, Santos Escobar, and Logan Paul. The only thing about this is that they set this up a couple weeks ago with the three of them in the ring. Just for them, having that little interaction exchange they had in the ring just to have them in a triple threat match. But man, oh man, I thought this was really good.
Yeah, and there was extra stuff with the match too. Because of course Logan Paul comes out with the Indiana Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton.
Ooh, got heat.
Ooh. I was screaming "fuck you" at the TV.
Yeah. Well, and then Logan Paul came out with Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
And we had Jalen Brunson
in
the front row with his WWE t-shirt. You can get it at www.shop.com. Cheap plug. And LA Knight was kind of siding with him, which was kind of playing into the match a little bit. And this is where the crowd was like really giving Halliburton a bunch of shit in the crowd. And it was like muting the microphones, and it was like, oh, it's a little too much, But
yeah, I feel like there's got to be a way they can like do it without muting the mic all the time. But maybe not, like I guess not.
It's
when you're screaming "fuck you," then the whole crowd is screaming "fuck you," and you can't blame them either, right?
Yeah, because even if they just cut to like the commentators' microphones, like that would pick up in the commentators' microphones because it's so loud, So
yeah, and if you see Indiana Pacer in New York City or in New York, you tell them to go fuck themselves. It's just yeah.
I'm glad for that piece of information if I ever visit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
New York Knicks, baby. This is New York Knicks territory. Don't fuck around. I don't remember, but it's the Knicks tape.
So we had some hard hitting spots. LA Knight continued to impress me. Santos Escobar impressed me a little bit here. Logan Paul's really good. It was back and forth. At the end, we have LA Knight winning and qualifying for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which I didn't think was going to happen. I thought Santos Escobar was going to
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought it was going to set up for Logan Paul and LA Knight down the road. So
Yeah. Halliburton was trying to hand the brass knuckles to Logan Paul, and Logan Paul came out wearing his 4th of July attire, looking like a complete
America.
looking like a goof.
Dude, it's so ridiculous.
Over
Such
the top.
a good heel. Such a good heel.
Yep. It ended up backfiring on all of them, and LA Knight got the victory, which was cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
He's so over with that crowd, man. I mean, thank you. We'll do our predictions for Money in the Bank later, and I'd really like to see LA Knight win, but I don't think he's going to. But man, oh man, he's got all the momentum. I mean, he's one of the hottest superstars in the WWE right now. So
yeah, I think that'd be dope if he won, but who knows?
Don't think he's going to.
No. After the match, Halliburton and Logan Paul try to corner LA Knight in the ring, and who do we have here coming for the save? The New York Knicks savior, star point guard, NBA All-Star, Jalen Brunson. Yeah. Beloved in the Garden.
Yeah, he slid that chair in the ring and it almost went to Logan Paul and Halliburton. Like LA Knight had to stop it.
He slid the chair a little too far. You know, come on, Jalen. You gotta get your chair game together a little better. Like he could have swung that thing a little bit too. Like he just held the chair, and I'm like, come on. You could do a little bit more, but it's all good. It's Jalen. Still love you.
Yeah, it was a cool. Okay, so it was a cool little moment they had, but work with me here.
Yeah.
Where's the Royal Rumble gonna be at next year?
Oh,
in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see Jalen Brunson versus Tyrese Halliburton in a one-on-one match at the Royal Rumble next year?
I hope so. They better make it happen. But you know what? There's no way in hell it's happening. It's during the season. They're not going to let them get hurt.
Is that during All-Star break?
All-Star break is in
February?
Is it February? Yeah. Yeah, it could be close. Isn't Royal Rumble in January, though?
No, it's February 2nd this year or some shit.
Oh, okay. Maybe, yeah. I mean, they definitely need to make something happen. That's for sure. Like, the fans were going for it. And those guys acting like they're, in the NBA and in WWE and MSG, acting like they hate each other, but in reality, they're like really good friends. But,
right.
So they could make it happen. Yeah.
Right. That'd be interesting. It would draw fans and it would draw eyes outside of WWE into it, So
yeah. Book it trips.
So I'm going to take a moment here. I don't want to have a lot of negative self-talk here.
Okay.
But I just want to say that when we're setting up these episodes, we try to put a little bit of a script together to try to follow because we like to go off on tangents and stuff.
Yeah.
Not of what we're going to say, but just topics to touch on. We don't run a script here, but I failed because the best part of this whole night was we had Nick Aldis backstage and we were graced with a beautiful, amazing, all-star, flawless presence of two tasty snacks. Pretty deadly.
So good. Yeah.
They are so fucking good. And I am so glad that they're starting to feature them.
Yes.
Deadly on Broadway, baby.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was. It was like a movie. It was cinema. It was even better. It was Broadway. Pretty deadly on Broadway. Street Profits weren't having it, but...
No, but this is why I'm so happy about it. It's because I thought there was going to be Pretty Deadly against the Street Profits Friday. But what we're going to get is this coming Friday, coming up, we're going to get a tag team match in the return of the greatest tag team in WWE, nay, in professional wrestling today.
Okay.
Pretty Deadly versus the Street Profits.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Pretty deadly. Yeah.
I'm gonna predict that DIY is gonna defeat A-Town Down Under for their tag titles, but then Pretty Deadly is gonna come for that gold.
Yeah, they better, because who else does the gold look better around those waists, those slim built waists? Yeah,
tight
Yeah.
washboard abs, long flowing herbal essences hair.
Citrus apple.
Seductive accents.
Yes. Don't forget those crop tops.
Oh, so good. Just
Woo!
Please give pretty. I've been doing sit-ups. No, wait, I haven't been doing sit-ups. Fuck you, Brian Cage. But I've been trying to attempt to start doing sit-ups just so I can wear a crop top on one of the shows. If we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna wear a crop top for an episode. So.
Okay. All right, let's do that.
Yeah,
do
and
it.
You don't have to go anywhere, Combat Jones. You can stay there. We don't have to travel anywhere for it. But
oh yeah, thanks for signing me up for that. Yeah, I'll be scared shitless.
It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm so glad we've been graced with that presence. And this coming Friday, man, we're gonna have something to review. We're gonna have Pretty Deadly versus the Street Profits. Then we had another Broadway show, not on Broadway, in Toronto.
Yeah, and don't forget they were pulling all this. It was a great audition because the great Lin-Manuel Miranda was there.
Oh, that's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to sign them up for his next musical?
He better. he better.
Imagine Lin in one of those crop tops.
Ooh. Okay.
Just saying. He had the hair. He got rid of it, but he had the hair for a long time.
Imagine Pretty Deadly on Hamilton.
Deadly Miranda.
Yeah.
Not throwing away their shot. Who else didn't throw away their shot?
Yeah.
We had another women's Money in the Bank qualifier. We had Naomi, Indy Hartwell, and Brie Davenport in this.
Yeah. Thought it was going to go to Brie Davenport.
Me too. She's so good. And this is her first match after getting called up to the main roster. And I liked her as, is it Blair Davenport? B Davenport before. I don't know.
I don't know what they're doing.
I know Will Ospreay fumbled that one. But, yeah, but I thought it was going to go to her as well. I really like Indy Hartwell. I've mentioned that before. I think Indy Hartwell's really good. And I think she's underrated. And I don't think she's going to get the prop she deserves as long as she's with Candice LeRae.
I agree.
But
they've been doing a great job with the little video vignettes and the backstage things of making Davenport seem very credible.
Yes.
With what they're doing. Yeah. So I think she's on the come up for sure.
Yeah.
Natural, backstage on the mic, as a heel talking shit and interjecting herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of these foreign wrestlers from England and Ilya Dragunov's from Russia, and all these they have a natural Gunther, Ludwig Kaiser. They have this natural ability. It's hard to explain, but
right,
they're just so natural, in promos and in the ring, and they just look like they're comfortable in there. I don't know. It's just really
they must
cool.
have probably because they put a lot more work in. On indie shows and stuff like that, opposed to the people that just came from wherever to the performance center and just started like that.
Yeah, even Indy Hartwell's. Indy Hartwell is was she Australian? I believe.
Yeah.
Yep. So and even Rhea Ripley. I mean, all these wrestlers not from America that come in are really starting to lay it down and show up. So
showing us up.
Yeah, so then there was some more fuckery in this match, We had Candice LeRae come out, and
she's horrible.
Yeah, and like I said, every women's qualifier just had fuckery happen. I wasn't a big fan of it. At the end of the day, Naomi wins. They kind of planted the seeds with that, with her little backstage thing with Bayley earlier in the night. Naomi wins, and she qualifies for women's Money in the Bank. So now we're at the cream of the crop for SmackDown, and we're going to keep this train moving. We have a lot to cover. And we had the Bloodline Acknowledgment ceremony. The Bloodline came out to the ring with the wise man, Paul Heyman, and Solo
Ooh.
Sikoa asked them all to acknowledge him as the tribal chief, which the Tonga twins both did. Jacob Fatu not only acknowledged him, but professed his love for Solo Sikoa, which was,
Solo, I love you.
and I acknowledge you.
And I acknowledge you. I love you.
And then they turned to the wise man,
Oof.
Paul Heyman, and gave him the lei, the necklace, the tribal chief
we'll call
necklace.
it that. Yeah, it looks like the chili peppers.
That's right. That's right. They want their baby back ribs, but they asked him to acknowledge Solo and put the necklace on him, and we finally got it. We got there.
Yeah. He looked like he sold it good because he looked like he's about to acknowledge him.
Mm-hmm.
Hadn't slept all night. They said he stayed up.
Yep.
He looked like shit.
Well, what else?
Looked stressed out. Yeah, looked stressed out. Looked like he was crying, or just looked like he hadn't slept in 3 days even.
Mm-hmm.
They asked him if he acknowledged Solo as the tribal chief, and he looks at the crowd and he says, "I acknowledge that you are not my tribal chief, the head of the table."
Mic drop.
Pop. Yeah. The crowd went fucking bananas when he said it. Hell of a pop.
Pop. Yeah.
Let's go, Paul. Let's go, Paul. You did the right thing.
Can I ask you right here, did you think Roman Reigns was coming back, like at that moment?
No, I don't think it would have been like the right thing.
No, I mean, Madison Square Garden?
I mean, they could have. It would have been fine if he would have. Like, the pop would have been huge.
Yeah.
But it was almost just as big, like, with Paul saying he doesn't acknowledge it. Like, they can't just throw everything at one time, right?
Yeah, I thought I thought he was going to say that, and they were going to grab a hold of him, and then we were going to hear Roman Reigns' music, and him and Jimmy were going to come out. A lot of people were saying Jimmy Uso was going to come back, but what is he going to do? Take on the 4 of them by himself? Like, that doesn't...
I could see Roman Reigns coming out at that moment. Like, it would have looked cool and been a great moment for the crowd, but I don't know.
SummerSlam's where it's at.
Yeah, save it for a PLE. It was a big show. It was MSG. Like, I get it. But Roman ain't coming back for a while. I think we're going to have Jimmy come back first, and it won't be enough. And then Jay will come back to help them, and it still won't be enough. And maybe somebody, whoever else, and it won't be enough. And then finally... Roman Reigns.
You don't think he's going to come back to his big dog music?
I don't know. That's a good music too. That's a good song. Nah, he's gonna keep the same music.
Right,
He ain't changing it.
Yeah, if he wants to stay up as the tribal chief, he's got to keep that music, I guess.
Yeah.
So then we got a Samoan spike on the wise man, and props to Paul Heyman for taking that bump through the announcing table. Like, my dude,
he took a bunch of bumps. Shit.
Yeah, but that power bomb through the table took a little bit to set it up, but
yeah, it sure did. Yeah, before that, he got the Samoan spike. He got a flying headbutt from the top rope, right, from Tama Tonga, and then props to Tama Tonga for taking Paul's dynamic dick to his face too, to put him through the table. Yeah, he was smothered in the wise pillows.
Smothered in the wise man's sausage.
They came to New York for the sausage.
That boy, he had pancake sausage. He had the whole bits up in there. And,
yeah. But they got him up there, though, and they put him through that table. And that was one hell of a bump. Paul didn't, chicken shit on that at all. Like,
yeah. When's the last time you've seen Paul Heyman take a bump like that? That's how much he admires and cares for Roman Reigns, to like take a bump, that sort of bump, to be like the catalyst for Roman to come back.
Right, and the story, yeah, exactly, and all that, yeah, awesome. If you ever see him take a bump, it's like him getting choked or like a little punch, Yeah. So he took a few of them.
Yeah,
Few of them that night. Yeah. On the biggest stage of them all in MSG.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman comes through. Yep.
T's and P's to the wise man. We hope he's okay. So.
Yeah. Prayers to Paul.
Oh.
And they stood over him and they put the ones up. Yeah.
They put the necklace on Solo.
They put the necklace on Solo, yeah, after they put up the ones, and that was it for SmackDown.
So good.
Yeah,
good.
hell of a SmackDown.
And they didn't let us forget about it because they replayed it about 30 times on Raw. And,
yeah. Yep.
Now it's time for the fucking sweet guitar riff. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. And this took place.
Yeah.
This took place in Boston, Massachusetts.
Do you like it raw? Let us know in the comments.
Do you like it raw or do you like to lay the smack down?
Yeah.
One's giving, one's receiving.
Both.
Man, oh man. So yeah, Raw started out. It was cool, like the way they started it out. It started out in a hallway with all the fans cheering and everything else, and like the camera panned through the fans, and it got to Jey Uso, and this is his new thing coming out through the crowd, I guess. And
yeah, it was cool as fuck. I liked it. Yeah.
And he came out, and they did the yeeting with the Fireflies. They yeeted on the Fireflies again, and he came to the ring.
It's the Eater of Worlds.
You stole the Fireflies. Now you gotta pay. So he came out, and I like Jey Uso, but like this whole thing when he comes out and like says like a line and stops just for the crowd to yell yeet at him. I'm kind of over that. And then I'm gonna go yeet to Money in the Bank. Yeet. And it's like,
when he did it with his brother, it was cool. When Jimmy and Jay were going back and forth off each other when they cut the promos like that and they fill in each other's words, like I feel like that's what he's trying to do, but with the crowd.
Right.
But with his brother, it's awesome. It's the whole Solo thing with him, his whole Solo career, kind of. I don't know. It's cool. Like main event, Jey Uso is cool. Like the glasses are cool. Like the look of it is cool, right? Is he main event if he's not in the main event? Like,
yeah, they never pulled the trigger on him. They should have pulled the trigger on him since he was main event. Jey Uso, he's been the tag champion with Cody Rhodes. Like, but anyway, he came out and he was talking and got interrupted by Chad Gable, who was also in Money in the Bank. And they were both talking about who was going to win, and they went back and forth on staying away from the Wyatt 6-6.
Chad Gable's such a little bitch.
And just then, apparently at the Boston Garden, they forgot to pay their light bill because the lights all went out. I'm playing the piano.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, that's a good one. That was a good one there. So, yeah, I'm just playing the single note piano. That's their music, apparently.
Cue the fog. Cue the vape juice and the douche flutes.
I don't know if you saw this or not, but they have video online of this. I'm going to go back to last week's Raw. They have video online. You know how they have the extra security standing behind the announce table?
Yes.
And then, like, last week and then again this week, like, when the lights go out and then when... The Wicked Witch of the West comes over and gives the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh.
Which I didn't know that was coming.
That's what she said.
So when she goes over to the announce table, the security's like sprawl, like laying over top of the announce table.
Yeah, they're turned inside out.
So there was fan video from last week's Raw when the lights went out. The security guards just threw themselves able, like nobody beat them up, nobody came out and did nothing. They just went over and like sprawled over the table. Like,
no, it was supernatural. She did that with her mind. It was like some poltergeist shit.
Oh, okay. I thought they were just staying away from the supernatural. You're trying to say this doesn't make sense. Okay, I got you.
It's all supernatural.
They're just trying to do Bray justice. I think Bray would be proud of this.
Telling a story.
Telling this compelling story right now.
Yeah, okay.
Horror movies usually have a sequel. Chad Gable took off through the crowd, and there's a bunch of smoke everywhere. And he ended up running into the silhouettes of a couple of the Halloween characters. And
this is stupid. This is what I don't like. Like I like you could do the Uncle Howdy stuff and whatever, and the Bo Dallas, but this like silhouette shit throwback to like what they were doing with the Fiend, with the Firefly Funhouse, and all the Uncle Howdy shit, just with like random fucking silhouettes and fog and smoke, like for no reason. Like, what's the fucking point? I don't get it.
Just they're telling a story.
Yeah. Well, what's the fucking story? I don't,
I'm not big on this whatsoever, man. Like I've been reading comments and I've been looking up stuff online. I've been trying to, I like literally the other day dove into the meaning behind the QR codes and like the whole Play-Doh thing and
the lore of Uncle Howdy.
I really tried, and this is fucking not for me. Like, this is not. Are they gonna wrestle in the Halloween masks?
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't see.
Are they even gonna wrestle, or is it just gonna be Uncle Howdy? It's a lot of wrestling matches for all these people, like to build up, and like they're gonna get squashed. Are they gonna squash everybody? Like who are they gonna wrestle? They all gonna take their turns with Chad Gable first, and then he makes it to the final boss.
Oh, shit.
Uncle Howdy.
You think they're gonna gangbang Chad Gable?
Maybe they're gonna take him into the smoke and have their way with him.
Use that mallet on him. I'm not a fan of this, man. Like, to each their own. If you all like it, let us know in the comments why we should like it. But I'm not a fan of this. And then we
just drop the fucking videotape. Just drop the fucking VHS tape off and fucking get the fuck out of there. Why do we got to see all the silhouettes?
Why even do the VHS tape thing? Like, I'm not.
And if you're gonna bring these people out, like if you're gonna bring the box out, put some fucking Whataburger in it too, at least.
Yeah, right.
Like, come on.
Throw some In-N-Out in that bitch. We know you were there.
Yeah, we know you were there. Send me a fucking box with some fucking Whataburger in it. You can keep the fucking VHS tape.
Right. If you don't got a fucking Bojangles double cheeseburger deluxe in there, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
So she dropped off another box that inside it had another VHS tape. They could hack the systems and break into the fucking all this shit, but to get their point across with this, they got to drop off the most primitive VHS. I don't get it.
Surprised it's not on a fucking 8-track or something.
It's fucking dumb, dude. I'm sorry, man. I've been trying I'm trying, but it's not for me.
Hey guys, here's a floppy disk.
If you play with the floppy disk enough, it turns into a hard drive. Oh man, this isn't for me, man. If you guys like
Abby the Witch, meet me at Waffle House.
Is it Abby the Witch? They haven't confirmed who any of these people are. But whatever. So next we have the Judgment Day. We're in the clubhouse. Damian Priest went there, and Liv Morgan was in the clubhouse with them playing PS5 and
good times. I was jealous.
Again, Damian Priest just shows up when she's around.
True. I think you may be onto something. Yeah.
Damian Priest is behind this. And it continued with the whole Finn Balor thing later on in the night.
She got out of the dressing room. Their clubhouse, the little rascals. Damien goes up to Dom, and he's like, "Did you talk to Rhea?" He's like, "Yeah, I talked to her." He's like, he pretty much calls bullshit.
Yeah.
A bullshit. Because he's like, "I just got off the phone with her. She ain't fucking happy." Or whatever the fuck.
Right. They used the same thing with the Wise Man when he said he talked to Roman when he really didn't. I mean,
yeah,
it's similar along the same lines. But yeah, I don't know. Liv left, and they didn't have any chicken nuggets this week. And
yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know. So, Finn Balor said that he was a little bit upset with Damian Priest, and I don't know. I'm not diving into all this. It's just this is kind of playing out. A lot of Raw focuses around the Judgment Day story, like the different intertwining parts. Like this Raw was very Judgment Day heavy.
It's been like that too for the most part, right? I mean, well, let's face it, Damian Priest, El Campeon, is the champion, and Liv is the women's champion. So makes sense somewhat.
No, what doesn't make sense is her being the women's champion because she fucking stinks, dude. She's so
It does
bad.
because she won that fair and square.
So bad. And this is a good segue into the first match of the night was the women's championship match. Liv Morgan against Zelina Vega. I don't know. I think Zelina Vega fucking showed up Liv Morgan here.
Oh, come on.
I do. I think she was better in the ring. I thought she looked better.
Yeah.
I think she had better charisma.
No.
I'm becoming a Zelina Vega fan.
Yeah, I don't got no problem with Zelina Vega. I like her. She's good. I thought Liv was pretty decent in the ring. What did Corey Graves say something about Liv said she's been practicing her Muay Thai kicks or something like that, and she's gonna do some more kicks in this match.
A lot more kicks in this match.
I don't know if I've seen more kicks. Well,
she can kick rocks. Like, get the fuck out of here.
She may when Mommy comes back, but for now, Liv's on top. She got a new shirt too. Yeah, talking shit.
I bet you're gonna have a new shirt soon too.
Oh, I bet you I am. Yeah, courtesy of Liv.
So we had Dirty Dom.
Let's go.
We had Dirty Dom and his deadbeat father out here for this, and they were kind of getting involved outside the ring a little bit. And
yep. Dom's dumbass tried to throw the chair in again. What an idiot. What an idiot.
He's dumb, but he's innocent. But anyway, he tried to throw the chair in. Zelina threw it in his face, and that
innocent. He's done hard time. Come on.
Me too. But
he was at Central Booking.
He didn't quite make it to General Pop. But yeah, so he threw the chair in the ring. Zelina Vega hit him with the chair. Liv Morgan countered with the Oblivion.
Oblivion, the best finisher in wrestling.
Annihilator is better.
The analator.
The anal idolator.
Liv.
I don't. Yeah, if we try to make something funny, yeah.
Liv. Yep, Liv.
Livian. Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. It's terrible. It's just about as fucking dumb as her gimmick and her fucking wrestling. So,
I think. Well, this is the thing. Is it really that bad though? Her gimmick, because think about it. Like she's comfortable in her skin now because the character that she's playing is as close to her real personality. She's playing the hoe, right?
You think she's a real life hoe?
I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know, but you know,
be careful. I mean, careful.
It seems pretty natural. It seems pretty natural. You know, sometimes they say, you know, try to keep it close to reality in your acting, and
you know, it doesn't look natural is the way
she's doing a good job. She's doing a good job.
No, she's not. But okay, so
women's
Liv
champion,
wins.
baby. Show some respect.
She retains the title. I don't think that title's coming off until Rhea comes back. That's kind of a foregone conclusion.
Hopefully it's a long time till she comes back.
Next, we had Seth Rollins come out to the ring talking about this upcoming match at Money in the Bank. Was interrupted by Finn Balor, who came out and kind of tried to stand up for Damian Priest. And
trying to interject himself again and causing more of a wedge between him and Damian Priest with the Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Seth was kind of calling Finn jealous. He's like, because you never won this title, but Finn did win the title. Finn actually beat Seth for, the other title, technically, right?
Right.
And then he had to relinquish it because he had hurt himself. He was the first champion of the Universal title, technically. So I was like, what? But whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing with Finn coming out and trying to stand up for Damian Priest furthers my belief that Damian Priest is the one trying to pull apart the Judgment Day, not Finn. because Finn came in and stood up for him and was like, "Hey, man, like, you know, he's my brother."
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he is kind of doing the right thing, right? And they kind of are that heelish group, so why not? Yeah.
So that's my prediction going forward. I'm not going to beat that to death every episode, but then we had Finn Balor jump on Seth Rollins, and then Damian Priest pull him off, and
he told him he didn't need him. He was being very disrespectful to Finn all of Raw, pretty much every little piece we got. It was telling him to go fuck himself, pretty much.
Right.
So
right. Yeah. So I mean, which led to Damian Priest pulling Finn off him, and then more. Seth Rollins did a curb stomp on Finn Balor. Then we got the South of Heaven.
Yep.
South of your waistline.
South of Heaven.
That was that. Then we had the last Money in the Bank qualifier for the women's side. We had Zoe Stark, Ivy Nile, Dakota Kai. I know we had a lot of pissed off fans on the IWC from this one, but I don't have anything of note from this. I like Ivy Nile and Zoe Stark. I thought the match was kind of sloppy and a little bit and more outside interference by Damage Control.
Yeah, Dakota Kai, she definitely deserves her moment, right? But she's gonna have to be careful online, because if she keeps going and venting online about wanting that shot and having like nervous breakdowns and stuff, and like she like losing and stuff like that, woof, you better watch out.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get yourself released.
Mm-hmm.
But she's good though. I fucks with Dakota Kai though, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like Ivy Nile and Zoe Stark too. I think they look like believable, like roughneck beat your ass women, but
they're great in the ring. Yeah. And Zoe Stark, I love her. Yeah,
a lot of hate towards Zoe Stark from this one. Zoe Stark won. She qualifies for Money in the Bank. I thought the right woman won here. Dakota Kai, I think they have different plans for Money in the Bank, so Dakota Kai wouldn't win that anyway. So why not further her story with Damage Control instead of getting her into the Money in the Bank and then losing that, and then people would be mad that she didn't win that. So
yeah, because she's not going to win it. And Zoe Stark was definitely the best pick.
Yeah,
to go to Money in the Bank for sure, without a doubt, 100%. Like, no, I don't care. Like, you love Dakota Kai, you can't argue with that though.
Right, I agree.
Zoe Stark need to be in that match. Yeah,
I agree. And to show off that she can hold up in a match like that, I think that's going to be really great going forward for her career.
Right.
Then we got the Wyatt 6-6 VHS tape. I think we talked about it earlier. I'm not going to cover this too much. People can like what they like and be into what they're into, but this 2 weeks in a row of Bo Dallas talking to himself on a VHS tape, I think is too fucking much. I think I'm out on it.
Yeah, it was the same thing. I thought we were at least going to get something different. Of course, it was a different conversation with himself, but it was from the same scene, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's Bo Dallas talking to Uncle Howdy, which obviously Uncle Howdy, like you said, is Bo Dallas. Taylor Rotunda. Yeah, sorry.
Taylor Rotunda. He's a great athlete. He's a great performer.
So I apologize if I keep calling him Bo Dallas, because that was his WWE gimmick name. So
I think
we'll call him Taylor Rotunda.
I think they're still going with the Bo Dallas thing.
Oh, are they still calling him that? Okay. Whoops.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh.
Yeah, they did in the VHS last week. I believe he said Bo Dallas.
Oh, that's interesting. That's weird. I don't get it. Yeah. So everybody watching, go watch part 2 of the Bo Dallas Uncle Howdy tape and let us know what you think in the comments and all the stuff behind it and the hidden meanings and all that shit.
This to me is like just as bad as like, those shows like Parks and Recreation or fucking Viking or shit like that people watch and they just suck. Like that's what this reminds me of. Like it's just terrible, just a fucking terrible thing, and I'm just not. I don't know. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not thrilled about it. So.
Yeah, I don't get it. And like they, for the second week now, to have another like spot to do something, and they just go back with the same interview, like, and then we got the shit from before with like the fucking silhouettes and the fog machines, like do something different like each week. Like if you're gonna build up and lead up to something, like we got all this shit leading up to this that we didn't know what it was, and now you're just gonna, I don't know.
Yeah, they're just riding the coattails and tugging at the heartstrings of Bray Wyatt fans is what it is, and people are buying it like hook, line, and sinker. So
That's true.
my
Yeah.
personal opinion. It's like
Yeah.
they're just cashing in. Do you know how many of those shirts they sold and shit with all of this? Like they're cashing in
Mhm.
on the popularity of Bray Wyatt, and it's just, I don't know. I'm not on board with it.
It's true, and just to go off with that, it's interesting because with Triple H running things, obviously it was different with Vince, with creative and stuff like that, and now we have Triple H because we clearly saw like different type of stuff going on when they were back and forth, like with their power struggle, right?
Mhm.
So we haven't had like these weird love triangles and like soap opera and drama shit, but now we have the whole Liv thing, and now
Right.
we have the whole Wyatt thing. Like back. Like remember when fucking Liv had that stupid thing with fucking Miro and like Bobby Lashley, and it was so horrible. So
Yeah.
horrible. So I'm like, I'm giving it time to see like where they go with it. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully it goes somewhere good. And Triple H, come on. We got hope for you, man.
Wish in one hand, shit in the other. See which one fills up faster. So
Yeah. But they're definitely banking off all that stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Cashing in. Yeah.
For sure.
I got my Wyatt 6 shirt.
My Wyatt 6 shirt. Next, we had Rey Mysterio beat Dirty Dom with some outside interference. It's continuing the whole Liv thing and stuff. I got nothing to say about it. You already know how I feel about it.
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought Dom was going to win.
Now they're starting to drive that wedge, that little bit of doubt that Liv isn't there to help Dom, and that's what this was.
Dom jumping, getting pushed on Liv, and he was on top this time. And she held him there. She wrapped her legs around him.
Yeah, he didn't look natural there because Mommy's always on top, so.
That's true, yeah. He's definitely the bottom, or the cuck. And to make it even weirder, his dad was watching.
Wearing a gimp mask.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rey Mysterio won this. In
Yeah.
the main event, we had the last Money in the Bank qualifier for the men. We had Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Ilya Dragunov. Sheamus and Drew McIntyre have this hard-hitting banger style, and I really think Ilya Dragunov showed me something in this match. I think he really stepped his game up, and he stood with them, and he was hard-hitting and took those hard hits as well, and Ilya Dragunov really impressed me in this match.
Yeah, he just keeps getting better and better, especially being on the main roster. I wasn't really too big a fan of him in NXT, or even at first when he came over. But even like his entrances are getting better. The crowd is getting more behind him. And he's like a smaller guy. So to be able to go in the ring and hold his own, it was impressive. He was great. And it was hard hitting, like believable, all that. Yeah,
I don't know. I think it was really good. Yeah, Ilya Dragunov really showed something here. I think the little back and forth with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre at the end was really good. Looking at it in hindsight while I was watching it and towards the end, Drew was the right guy to win because Sheamus and Ilya have been involved in the Continental title feud picture thing with Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn. So it would make sense for them to continue with that. So Drew McIntyre was the right one to win here. So Drew McIntyre wins, and he gets the last spot in the Money in the Bank men's.
Drew McIntyre and the Money in the Bank. Yeah. And what you did mention too, you mentioned Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker. Sammy had came out and had a little promo, talked about how he's going to beat Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker came out and told him pretty much how he respected him because everybody in the back is scared of him, won't give him a chance, and he just keeps getting fucked over. And Sammy's like, I don't think you might be as good as you think you. I don't know. Braun,
got some fire out of Sammy.
Yeah, out of both of them too. Yeah, they both kind of got over on each other, and then Braun speared him a couple times at the end.
Do you think they rushed this feud a little bit? I think they could have let this cook a little bit more. This seems like it could have been.
Yeah, especially going into like a pay-per-view like that. PLE. Yeah.
They played so well off each other, and Braun was really good on the microphone.
Yeah.
I think this could have stewed a little bit longer. I think they should have dragged this out a little bit more. It would have been the payoff match would have been really good. So it's still going to be good, but
yeah, Sammy was so fiery too. And what he said, he had like some really good lines and like some good points too.
mhm.
And then Braun came out and held his own on the microphone, which is impressive. He's he's not really hasn't been that guy much. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Shout out to Sammy for making Braun Breaker look so good. So now, do you want to get into Money in the Bank predictions here?
Yeah, let's do it. Hit that guitar riff one more time. Yeah, slapping the bass.
All right, now we have the Money in the Bank that's going to be taking place this Saturday in Toronto. Very interesting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches, which a lot of PLEs have had 5 matches on it. People aren't too happy about that. We have the Intercontinental Championship. We have Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn, who's the champion. What are you thinking for this one? I think it's going to be the opening match, but what do you think it's going to be?
Yeah. Ooh. I think Sammy might get it. Because I think it might make more sense and it might be better to make Sammy beat Braun. And then drag it out maybe till SummerSlam. And then Braun can win then.
Yeah.
And it'd almost be better for Braun. So I guess Sammy, actually. I'm going with Sammy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with Sami Zayn too. I think it's going to be some sort of fluke win. Just like a surprise roll up, something.
For the storyline. Yeah. Because
Braun Breaker beats him up the whole match, and then just out of nowhere, Sammy just uses his wit and.
Yes, because that's what he was talking about in like the promo on Raw about being better and having like more knowledge or wisdom and stuff like that. So I think he wins somehow like that and shows up Braun a little bit.
Yeah, so that's our upset of the night. Sami Zayn defeats Braun Breaker, retains his Intercontinental title. Next up, we have the women's Money in the Bank match. Io Sky, Lyra Valkyria, Chelsea Green, Naomi, Zoe Stark, and Tiffany Stratton. I'm thinking straight up Tiffany Stratton's going to win this one.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. I think it makes the most sense. I think that's what the crowd will want too. The crowd's going to be behind Lyra Valkyria too, of course, and Naomi, but
I think
Tiffany Stratton makes the most sense.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep the Money in the Bank away from the Raw Women's title because of the whole Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley thing. That would kind of get a little too muddy, and they don't have much going on with Bayley right now. So
and Tiffy's time is next up for sure.
Yeah, Naomi winning it doesn't make sense. She already had a title shot against Bayley and lost. I mean, I think Tiffany Stratton's going to win this one and be Madame Money in the Bank.
Tiffy in the Bank.
I don't know. Whatever the fuck they want to call it. I try to come up with something clever like Damian Priest. We all aren't as creative as you prick. So then we have the men's Money in the Bank. Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, LA Knight, Chad Gable, and Drew McIntyre.
I'm picking Mello. Carmelo Hayes.
Really?
Mello in the Bank. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think,
have anybody you could have picked?
Yeah. I'm going to switch it up a little bit, because like Jay is too obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they could like give it to Jay and give him a quick little title run, cash it in on Damien or whoever, but I would like LA Knight to win.
Yeah.
That's who I want to win is LA Knight. But do I think they're going to pull the trigger on him and give it to like a babyface too? No. I don't see Andrade having any shot at all in winning. He's just going to do a bunch of crazy shit off the ladder and stuff, which is cool, right? Chad Gable, they could give it to because he's a fucking asshole, but then they need somebody to screw over with the Wyatt Six during that match.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Wyatt Six is going to screw Chad Gable and Jey Uso over here.
Ooh, okay.
Because
the eater of the worlds
planted the seeds with the opening promo on Raw, and I don't know, Carmelo Hayes and Andrade are going to do some crazy shit. I think LA Knight's going to get his hands on it like he did last year, and then the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, is going to win Money
So
in
you
the Bank.
think?
Yeah,
Oh,
but like we're gonna segue that to the end of the night too. So
okay. So you got Drew winning Money in the Bank. Drew McIntyre,
Drew McIntyre, yes sir.
Scottish psychopath in the bank. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
I'm picking Mello.
okay.
It's Mello time.
At least we got a
Heel
little
time.
parody. We always pick all the same shit.
Yeah.
Next we have what they're calling the Bloodline Bedlam match. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline. To be determined who's in that, but
I'm honestly not really looking forward to this match that much.
not at all.
Yeah.
And I like Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, but I'm just not looking forward to this.
There's no like stakes to it, high stakes. Do you think we're gonna get maybe like another Bloodline member or somebody else from the tree, the Bloodline family tree showing up or something, another surprise guest?
I could see that. I think this is the time for the Bloodline to get a big win. I
think the Bloodline's gonna win. Yeah,
they keep losing and they keep getting, just if they're supposed to be like this menacing rogue Bloodline group and they keep losing, it doesn't make sense to me. I think this is where they're gonna get their big win. Imagine if Solo got the pin on Cody for this one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Jacob, the Samoan werewolf. Jacob Fatu will get the pin on Cody Rhodes, and then yeah.
The werewolf will be Cody's next nightmare.
Werewolf with Money in the Bank.
Bloodline's gonna win this one.
Yeah, Bloodline.
Awesome.
Bedlam in the Bloodline.
Then the final match, the World Heavyweight Championship, we have Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins. If Damian Priest wins, Rollins can no longer challenge for his title. If Rollins wins, Priest has to leave the Bloodline.
Yeah. Interesting. Oof. So I already think I know where you're going with this one a little bit. I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins because I think it's weird if just like the whole stipulation things. I'm confused about their gentleman's agreement. I don't know. Seth is gonna get the title back.
So this is what I
maybe
think.
not though. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
This is what I think. Regardless of who wins, Gunther is going to win at SummerSlam. So
right.
I don't think they're going to put it on Seth just to have him lose a month later at SummerSlam or 2 months later at SummerSlam.
That's why I say Seth, just because I feel like the bigger match would be Seth versus Gunther.
Yeah.
So that's why I say that. But and then maybe if you're going to get a cash in against Seth, it would make no, maybe not. Then it would make more sense against Priest. Yeah.
All right. This is what I got.
Yeah.
Match. Priest is going to Drew McIntyre is going to win Money in the Bank. He's going to cash in during the match to make it a triple threat match.
Oh.
Going to come in. Punk's going to come in, screw him over. He doesn't successfully cash in.
He loses it. Is he going to retain so he won't have the briefcase anymore? Then it'll be voided.
He cashed in, makes it a triple threat match. CM Punk's going to come, hit him, do something.
Right.
Then Damian Priest is going to do his finisher on him. Damian Priest retains the title. Seth Rollins technically didn't lose, so he can still challenge for the world title moving forward if he wanted to.
Ooh.
Damian Priest doesn't have to leave the Bloodline or the Judgment Day. And Drew McIntyre won Money in the Bank and unsuccessfully cashed it in. Punk screws him over again.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah, I'm sold. Yeah, take my money. Jeez. So do you think Drew is going to come out like before the match even starts, like right then when they like are coming out and being like, I want this to be a fair triple threat? Or like when they're about to fight, the bell rings, his music's going to sound, or is he going to come out like halfway through the match? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe halfway through the match, like almost like Seth Rollins did when he cashed in on Roman and Brock at WrestleMania.
Oh, so they'd be like at the end then?
Yeah, towards the end or something.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I wouldn't be mad if that happened. Yeah, that'd be cool. Punk comes down, hit him with a little GTS or something. I don't know. Yeah.
That's
the thing. Punk's gonna have Punk's going to be involved at some point during the night. This is my thought. He's either going to do it to Drew when he tries to win the Money in the Bank and screw him over then, or he could definitely do it like you're saying, screw him over then too.
Yeah, this is why I thought this, because if the Wyatt 6 comes out during the ladder match, there's going to be already so much shit going on there.
Be too much, yeah.
And then if it was just like, okay, Damian Priest, Seth Rollins wins, then Drew McIntyre cashes in, it would be, if Punk interfered, it would be a disqualification. So to make it a triple threat, there'd be no disqualifications at that point. And then Punk could just come out and do whatever. But could you imagine, like, him, I don't know, hitting Drew with a chair or the GTS?
Right.
Damian Priest doing the South of Heaven, pinning him, walks off of the title. Punk goes over to Drew laying in the ring, pulls his bracelet off.
I was just getting,
puts it back on.
Yeah.
And then we're on to SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah. And then, I'm looking forward to it. I like it. Book it, Trips. Jesse figured that out. He cracked the code. Yeah. Take my money. Whatever I said, fucking never mind it. That's what's going to happen. I like it. Yeah. Book it. Good shit.
Yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to Money in the Bank. Hopefully, I'm looking forward to reviewing it with you. And
yeah,
should be a good time.
Yeah, thank you. Same. And thanks everybody out there, the IWC, anybody that's been tuning in or watching any of the videos in the past, we really appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share it, let everybody know. Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments with what you think is going to happen for this pay-per-view coming up, this PLE, this Money in the Bank in Toronto. Yeah. Excited. Very excited to watch it. See what's going to happen.
A lot of both WWE and AEW, don't shoot me in the comments. They've been doing pretty well with their pay-per-views lately and PLEs. They've been pretty decent. So
yeah, I agree.
Looking forward to it. And Andy said, let us know in the comments what you guys think is going to happen at Money in the Bank. I want to hear some predictions and see if I'm missing something, overlooking something. It's always fun to dive into.
So this has been the RRW weekly review and predictions for WWE and Money in the Bank. And that's pretty deadly, Jesse.
Yeah.
And I'm Andrew Combat Jones. Chip. Yeah. All right. You've been listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Peace.